How's it flying, guys? This is Lance Corporal Hawk 30 with another video. I'm only doing 2 more of these videos today. Just 2 more. That way there's not a complete overload of videos today. And both of them, coincidentally, are Josh Scorcher videos. So this one was from a few years ago. Top 10 female characters. I'm guessing he means in gaming because it was like game characters on the thumbnail. And I see a silver play button. So I think this, I haven't started yet, but I think this is right after he got his silver play button when this video was made, or when it was started. So I would say that tomorrow after work is when I'm going to start going back to the fan reactions, to the fan requests. Alright? And just so I can have some off time after work to myself and whatnot, I probably won't do any more than 2 reactions on any work days. Just no more than 2 on a work day. That way, I get the time I want to be able to watch other things that I'm not planning on reacting to, and also play games and such, and just spend time off relaxing. Also, Shark Week is coming. I'm excited, and I'm also devastated. Why would I be devastated? Because work. Work is getting in the way of my Shark time this year, as it has the past 2 years. While I'm happy to be able to start getting money again, I wish I had the whole week to myself just for the Sharks. Oh, I want the Sharks back. Anyways, I'm not gonna gripe and moan. Check the description for the original video, so go show Josh some love by watching his content. And then go watch RWBY Abridged. Remember what I've been saying, that episode 4 has been pushed back to August, I believe. And Blood Gulch Gaming. I'm going to record something for Blood Gulch Gaming today to send in to one of our editors so he can take a look at it and then figure out how he wants to divide it all up. So without any further ado, let's get going. Yep.
Thank you all so much.
I always like his top 10 intros. Okay.
Let's get 2 obvious things out of the way. I like women. I like video games. I like women being in video games. But I like a certain kind of women. I like my women in video games to leave a lasting positive impact on me that's not based solely on their looks. And here, I'm going to count down my 10 favorites who were able to do just that.
Ooh,
now, this is going to be a purely opinionated list and not based off of objective criteria. As such, I'm not going by which ones are objectively the best written or which ones are the prettiest. Both will be factors, but not what decides it. I'm going by which ones had the biggest positive impact on me, and that's mainly due to their personalities and or actions. And as a special treat for this video, I grew a beard! It's ironic. You know, women don't typically have beards. It's coming off at the end of the video, so don't get used to it. Start the list.
Okay.
Let's go, girls.
Good song to pick. Shania Twain's I Feel Like a Woman. It's a good song.
I might be cheating a little with this one, but I never said they have to be human females. So here, I'm going to give this spot to a funny and strangely heartwarming lady robot with a very interesting
Gladys, really?
protagonist. That's right, I'm giving this to Cortana. Cortana is an AI construct based off of
Nice
Dr.
bait and
Health,
switch.
designed to be
Nice bait and
proficient in
switch.
hacking,
Nice.
infiltration, and mission planning. She's very good at what she does, considering that as the story goes on, she understands enemy tech better than the enemy does, and even learns how to clone herself by killing and dissecting an enemy Covenant AI. Despite being an AI, Cortana manages to show twice as much personality as many of the human characters. She's a downplayed comic relief as shown by her playfulness and wit, and she can even be cocky and teasing at points.
True.
How dare you?
Do what? I have the index. You can just float and sputter.
That being said,
she's a good character
helpful in terms of how she perceives her abilities. Also, Cortana has a strong sense of genuine loyalty, both to humanity and Master Chief. And it's this loyalty that allows her to overcome incredible obstacles, such as being tortured by or even going through mental deterioration. Yeah, there's definitely a looming sense of depression surrounding Cortana. As an AI, she only has 7 years to live, and towards the end, she'll begin to deteriorate and eventually terminate. It's certainly heartbreaking to see her slip into an existential crisis as she laments the fact she is a copy of someone else and not truly her own person. Her relationship with Master Chief is very Frodo and Sam. They're as committed to each other as a married couple, yet don't seem to have romantic feelings for the other. Cortana was with the Chief throughout almost all of the Halo series, so having her
it's interesting to see an actual it was interesting to see the actual size comparison on what if she were actually human.
We were supposed to take care of
this
each other.
size comparison.
And we did.
Shut up! I'm not crying!
Let's go, girls.
Liar! I didn't cry at that scene, but it was
Sonic's
heart-wrenching.
friends. Not very many people like them. A lot of them try to be funny and quirky, but for the most part they end up being annoying. Whether that's due to writing or voice acting is a coin flip. Strangely enough, the times they make more serious characters are the times they actually succeed. Here's where we come to number 9, Blaze the Cat. Blaze the Cat is a princess of an alternate dimension who is entrusted with protecting the Soul Emeralds. Because of her duty and her inability to control her powers in her childhood, she became very antisocial and disciplined. In short, she's a foil to Sonic. While Sonic is extroverted and always ready to go on an adventure with his friends, Blaze strongly dislikes relying on others and is all business. She eventually opened up a little after a lot of interactions with Cream the Rabbit and after Sonic smacked some sense into her via the headbutt of friendship! I find Blaze's character arc really interesting. She starts off cold and suspicious, but she slowly learns to trust others and not do everything herself. Her strict self-discipline is still there, but it's not nearly as self-destructive. Through her development, Blaze still maintains an air of elegance and stoicism due to her noble status, yet also remains down to earth and is bluntly honest. She has a few quirks like acrophobia, and the fire powers.
What kind of version of Ring of Fire is this?
In Sonic 06? Well, not only is she retconned to be from the future and not an alternate dimension, but she convinces Silver to murder Sonic. Yeah, let's just pretend that doesn't exist.
Let's go, girls.
What is it about Rosalina that's made her so popular with fans? Is it her serene, graceful personality, her smooth, elegant voice, her lovely dress and pretty hairstyle? Probably all the above.
Yeah, could be all the above.
Introduced in Super Mario Galaxy as a guardian of the cosmos and protector of
For some fans, I'm sure it's excellent fan art material. Not talking about the dirty kind.
Rosalina found a small Luma looking for its mother. She offered to help it, starting a journey traveling across the cosmos. She meets more Lumas looking for their mothers, and they eventually start calling Rosalina mother. This saddens the young Rosalina because her own mother recently died, and she obviously misses her. The Lumas then comfort her and create a new home for her, showing that all of them dream to one day transform into astral phenomena to make others happy. Rosalina then accepts her role as the Luma's mother and guardian of space.
This is my family now, and I will stay with them until they're ready to leave.
I never actually finished Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy.
Because that's what makes a mother happiest.
Rosalina is a simple
I only played like the first 2 levels, I think.
Nice,
or first level.
Motherly character who occasionally likes to kick the crap out of people in kart racing and fighting tournaments. Next number.
Let's go, girls.
Time for another character that everyone loves, and I'm not the exception. Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite. In contrast to the previous character, Elizabeth is actually very complex from beginning to end. Elizabeth starts out as an innocent, sheltered character who finds magic in the little things. She's so wide-eyed, curious, and adventure-loving, it makes traveling Columbia that much better. You see, I'm the type of person who just likes to get things done, get from point A to point B as quickly and efficiently as possible. I liked how Elizabeth forced me to essentially stop and smell the roses. That said, it's also kind of sad to see her slowly get corrupted by all the violence and evil around her. At first, she abhors violence and death, When she was forced to kill someone, she reacted in horror at what she had done before running away and locking herself in a room. Then she gets herself captured and tortured, and once released from torture in Comstock's house, Elizabeth summons a tornado to kill her tormentors and experiences no guilt or regret at their death. Yeah, she changes a lot. In Burial at Sea, her attitude grew much colder and bitter with little regard for being very polite, and she is motivated solely on executing revenge. By the end of the episode, it is made clear that she had been planning to cause Comstock's death rather gruesomely, I should add, and she abused a child to accomplish this.
What?
Yeah, she becomes a bit of a... But in spite of that, she sort of cleans up her act in the second half. Eventually, the guilt eats away at her, which causes her to return to Rapture to undo her mistakes, all the while putting herself at risk. We see some of that original doubtful Elizabeth.
Wasn't Rapture in the first game?
Even though she still thinks everyone in Rapture is a freaking idiot. I really don't blame her. Oh yes, another thing that made me love her, she's an AI partner that doesn't suck. Do you know how rare that is? She never dies, she keeps throwing you ammo and health, and she's able to summon crap from another dimension to assist you. It's crazy, right? I mean, instead of you protecting her, she's actually the one protecting you. It's almost like instead of she being your escort mission, you are actually her escort mission.
She's definitely more... She sounds more useful than Lydia. No offense to Lydia, she's good for carrying stuff in Skyrim, but she's always getting in the way.
Whenever someone says a female shouldn't get captured anymore because it degrades women, I just kind of roll my eyes. Why? Because the act of getting captured has nothing to do with how well-conceived a character is. Case in point, Celis. Celis was a general of the Empire, enhanced by Magitech and trained in martial arts, sabotage, and subterfuge. However, after committing one too many atrocities, she proudly turned traitor and was imprisoned, beaten, and put on death row.
What
after being saved
game
by
is this?
Locke, she joins the good guys. Because of her past actions, she isn't very well liked by many members, other than Terra and Locke, who she eventually grows feelings for. Celis is seen to be
isn't Final Fantasy, is it?
Queen, having a very aloof and serious personality, but with strong morals.
Is it, or is it something else?
She learns how to draw strength from her bonds with others, particularly Locke. She has some epic moments as well, considering she's the one who brings the band back together.
Wait, was that?
Apocalypse and
Did I see the name Kefka?
Her character can get
okay, Kefka's a Final Fantasy, so this is Final Fantasy.
Despair after the end of the world and attempting suicide. It's not all seriousness with her, as she does have her silly moments as well. For a person who thinks that opera is for love-starved twits, she happens to be very good at it.
Let's go,
That sounds nice.
It was really, really hard to pick my favorite woman from League of Legends. After much toil, it came down to being between Sona, Leona, and Soraka. While I love Sona's music motif and she's one of my mains, I can't really say she's my favorite. So that leaves these two lovely ladies. Well, let's see. Leona was born into a warrior tribe which thrived in battle and war. However, unlike the rest of her Spartan-like counterparts, Leona thought the true worth of a soldier was in their ability to defend and protect others. This attitude even almost got her killed. Now, I really like that sort of character, and I don't want to be redundant,
I should watch those
but
cinematics at some point.
Her backstory literally has sunlight shoot out and save her, and it reveals her to be a special chosen hero.
On my own time,
Deus Ex Machina is kind of laughable. So, I'm going with the person who gave up her Deus Ex Machina, Soraka. Soraka's story is sad. She was a celestial being who healed and guided those who sought her out. Unfortunately, she was tricked into shedding her immortality by Warwick, who Soraka thought was a good friend. Even though she was betrayed by the one person she thought she could trust, Soraka refused to let that act darken her view of the world and continued to help others. I really admire that sort of
strong
dedication.
character trait.
Because she was a celestial being, people had to come to her in
one
order
that
to receive help and guidance.
you don't
Now that
always
she's
see
mortal,
in characters.
She can actually travel the world and help more people. Quite the blessing in disguise if you think about it. I just wish she was actually useful.
That's one way to shut up a crowd.
Next number.
Let's go, girls.
Twilight Princess is definitely one of my favorite Zelda games. While not as colorful
I still need to play it.
I really enjoyed the story, world, and characters, particularly Midna. What I like about Midna is that she actually goes through a character arc. At first, she starts off, how do I put this? Charmingly condescending with a twisted sense of humor. Yeah, that works. At first, she only sees Link and Zelda as tools and a means to an end. She's very controlling and dismissive, but Hey, she's funny, so that makes it all better. But when she sees
Does
that
help.
these people are willing to sacrifice themselves for a good cause, she cleans up her act. She still manages to keep the sarcasm and deviousness that are the core facets of her personality, but she progressively shows a lot more humanity and even some insecurity during critical moments. Her arc comes to a close where she makes the heroic sacrifice herself. Oh, it's a total Disney death, but whatever, the intent is still there. And even at the close of her arc and earning her beauty back Beauty and the Beast style, she's still the same Link's snarky, headstrong friend. Now, I'm not into the idea of Midna and Link being romantically involved, but they still manage to be the most adorable friends ever. It's kind of like the relationship between Captain America and Black Widow. Purely platonic, but cute nonetheless.
Let's go, girls.
Sounds like a good comparison. I still need to play the
I've
game.
said several times that I really enjoy lady characters. Let me go a little deeper. The particular trope I enjoy about lady characters is the good-hearted noble or spoiled sweet archetype. I like when characters, despite their classy or aristocratic influence, they don't use their status as an excuse to be jerks to others. Rather, they try to be friends with them. That's why I like Maribel. At first, she looks like the typical noble, trained in fine arts, classy, and stuck up beyond belief. Yes, she's spoiled, selfish, vain, and when you first meet her, she'll give you the cold shoulder. But there's actually a reason for that. As a child, she was very sensitive to the emotions of others, so all the other noble children outcasted her and never let her play any reindeer games. Once Maribel warms up to people, that childhood kindness and care
so what game is this
ironically,
from?
because of her skill with fine arts and breeding, it actually sparked an interest
Is it
in the
Fire Emblem?
lifestyles of people of lower class than hers. That interest goes so far as to want to become a magistrate that pushes for
Don't know why I'm
equal
thinking
rights
Fire
amongst
Emblem.
nobility
I haven't
and
played those
peasants.
games,
Maribel
but
just interests me. She's definitely a noble whose snobbish side likes to come out every now and then, but she has a truly compassionate and sensitive core and an admirable desire to understand and help those around her, even if they don't want it. Especially if they don't want it.
Better a hard head than a brain made of mush. I'd sooner choose my words carefully than speak rashly and regret it.
Sounds like somebody screwed up in the past, yeah? Who'd you piss off?
Really? Must your every phrase be so vulgar? It should be, whom did you piss off, Brady? Go on, repeat it for yourself.
Something tells me that still ain't entirely proper speech.
Let's go, girls.
Alright, who's your number 2? And I'm curious to see what your number 1 is.
People. I like all-powerful people. I like people with a sense of humor. I like benevolent, all-powerful people with a sense of humor. So here we have number 2, Palutena. Palutena is the goddess of light, and she takes her role very seriously. She's always there to help Pit defeat his enemies, giving him information and tools to help him succeed at every opportunity. Palutena is known for being the only deity in the game to be aware and admit that the gods fighting is what causes so much suffering. She is seen to care very much about humans and her angels.
Not played that game either.
To protect them from harm, and is shown to have very motherly feelings towards Pit. Oh, why am I stalling? Palutena is such a glorious, benevolent troll! Despite being the goddess of light and the shining example of good that others are supposed to emulate, Palutena is actually quite the trickster. Palutena likes to joke and prank, most of them being on Pit. Throughout the adventure, Palutena and Pit will banter, and most of it ends up with Pit being teased or humiliated. None of it is really malicious like other characters, so it never comes off as...
Does kind of sound like Celestia.
And let's be honest, Pit sometimes has it coming.
Are you still speaking English right now?
I'm sorry, Pit. I didn't mean to confuse you. Let me make this easier for you. Big monsters kill Pit! Grrr!
Being a millennia-year-old entity has definitely affected her personality.
That's pretty funny.
Giving her a few quirks. Besides the aforementioned mischievous side and intelligence, she is very sensitive when it comes to the topic regarding her age and strongly dislikes being called ma'am. Another thing, she loves food. Many of her banters involve food, and she also enjoys cooking, despite being so bad that she accidentally creates sentient life and blows up the kitchen. So she's a troll, but she's a benevolent troll. She's got everyone's best interests at heart, she helps others in any way she can, and none of her pranks go too far to be considered cruel. I guess the only downside to her is she occasionally puts Pit into needlessly dangerous situations. Now, to be fair, I'm sure she does it knowing that Pit is able to get out of them. But still, jerk move, Palutena. I don't know what it is about BioWare, but I love how they write women, especially from Dragon Age. Picking my favorite Dragon Age lady was tough, because a lot of them are really good. Cassandra is a tsundere done correctly. Morrigan is beyond interesting and complex.
I've never played Dragon Age, so...
Shale is Shale. But if I had to pick one, it has to be Leliana. Let's get the cosmetics out of the way first. She's easy on the eyes and she's got a sexy voice. Okay, now to the important stuff. Leliana is a reformed assassin trying to escape her old life, which constantly comes back
I would
to
pick
bite her.
Tally from Mass
She joins
Effect
the
myself.
Chantry, which is basically the church, in order to atone for all the wrong she has done.
Therefore,
She
kind
joins
of
the Grey
Bioware
Wardens
characters.
to continue her quest of personal redemption, and because she believes it to be a divine missive. I also like how Leliana is an accurate portrayal of a person of faith. She is very steadfast in her morals and values and tries her best not to compromise them.
Violence is not the only solution. People respond eagerly to others who they believe understand them. They seek approval, friendship.
Take notes,
But
Internet.
even though
Yes.
she's a priestess, there are times when she doubts her beliefs. She strives to be perfect and compassionate, so much that she takes any flaw with herself to the extreme.
Hunted men down, killed them. Part of me loves it. It invigorates me, and this scares me.
It's interesting to see how dynamic she is as well. She goes from a crude, minxy assassin to a reformed bad girl on a quest for redemption to a cold, calculating spy master, and then to probably the leader of the Chantry itself. She has such a zest about her faith and doing the right thing, but rarely does she come across as preachy or judgmental. Ironically, unlike some people. She's a passionate storyteller and a fierce warrior, but she also has an enjoyment for the traditionally early things like
Dragon Age games are
gossiping,
one of them.
fawning over cute animals, and
We'll get some shoes too. Shoes. We could go shopping together.
women. No other female in a video game has quite impacted me in the same way that Leliana has. I love interacting with her. Her past and story potentials are interesting. There's just so much to like about her. I'm the Fire Joker, and I swear I look like Obi-Wan. God.
You don't look like Obi-Wan, too. Not enough like Obi-Wan, that is. Okay, and that was the thumbnail right there. Interesting fan art. Alrighty, so that was an interesting list. And like he said, that's all his own personal list. There aren't that many good female characters that I can care for or anything like that. I can name you like 5 on the 3, maybe 5 a list. Cortana from Halo and Tally from Mass Effect. I do like Vetra from Mass Effect Andromeda. I know that a lot of people didn't care for that game, but I liked it enough, and Vetra was one of those reasons why. So that's 3. I did say at least 3. Kasumi, also from the Mass Effect series. She was I liked her style of humor. Who would I put 5 in as? Kira from the Jak and Daxter series. I don't know why. That's my favorite video game series. I should have thought of her first. Oh, and Kira and Ashlyn. I liked Ashlyn too. Good characters, not just based off appearance. All right. Anyways, yeah, the video was interesting. So yeah, but I gotta hurry on to the next one because this video is dragging a little. Anyways, I'm not even gonna do the outro. This has been Lance Corporal Hawk 30 signing off.